To start this project, you will need 9 of the new picture frames from Dollar Tree, and these are the graduation picture frames. These are really easy to disassemble. If you haven't worked with these yet, the frames are just one whole plastic piece with the little tabs on the back. So I just fold the little tabs over and I get the backing and the glass and set that to the side. And y'all, these have these cute little mini tassels inside of them. So I'll just, take those and I keep them in case I may, can use them for something else in the future. So once these were all separated, next I painted the frames, and I painted them silver, but they actually, looks like it kind of came out gray. Anyway, I glued the glass inside of the frames. The glass doesn't fill in the back of the frame, so if you lay the glass in the center, there's a gap going around. So you're going to have to kind of scoot your glass over, or that's what I did. I just made a good thick bead of hot glue along that side to secure the glass into place. Next, I used the plastic mirror plates from Dollar Tree, and y'all already had some pre-cut, and I figured out if I slide a glove on the hand that, I used with my scissors, I can cut the flat mirrored part out of these plates in just a matter of seconds, like a couple of seconds. Anyway, these scissors are from Dollar Tree, and before I had suggested using a good pair of scissors when I first started using these a month ago. But these actually did a really, really good job. But do remember, when you're doing this, it does cut better to the left for some reason. It comes out cleaner and it just looks nicer. Once those are all prepped, I used the paper or picture that came in with these frames as a template to go by. I folded it over about an inch or so because I'm wanting to save as much of the mirror material as I can. And this is just going to be a quick rough cut. As long as you cover the opening of the frame, it's fine. So once those are all cut and prepped, then I just take the mirror and I lay it on the glass and I tape it with some scotch tape flat to the glass. And then I fold the little tabs back over the glass and I glue those with hot glue into place. Then I lay out my pattern or design that I'm going to be making, and there's a lot of designs that you can make. What I went with was I just stacked 3 long ways in the center, and then I used 2 on each side of that, and then 1 on the ends. And I also want to go ahead and get something kind of ready for the back of these frames so I can hang this on the wall as one unit. I don't want to wait until I'm completely finished because I can mess up the front. So the first thing I do is measure the frames. I did that earlier and they're 10 inches long. So using a ruler, I made sure the difference at the bottom and the top between each row of the offset pattern was 5 inches. Your center mirror should line up perfect with your end mirrors. Next, I take a piece of large cardboard that I have and I lay that over the frames, and I mark and I cut the cardboard so that if it's on the back, it won't be sticking out past the frames. Since this cardboard is for the back, I just go ahead and set that to the side for right now. I'm working on a roll of art paper from Dollar Tree. So after I measured everything, I marked each one on my paper and then I flipped them over. Next, I use hot glue and popsicle sticks to connect the frames all together. And you want to make sure to only apply the hot glue like where they meet or inside of the border of the frame, because the hot glue will disfigure this plastic. So I just ran the hot glue along the seams of the frames and then boom, placed my craft stick right over each of the seams. Then I cut some strips of cardboard I had left over from the piece of, the backing, and I glued those strips all over the back where the seams are, making kind of little landing pads for the cardboard because I'm trying to add a layer of protection so that my mirrors won't melt. Once I felt like the back was pretty secure, I go ahead with a good amount of hot glue and I cover the back of the seams, the craft sticks, and, the little landing pads, and then I stick the backing on the back. Once it dried, I can flip it over now, and I know I can grab this pretty much anywhere on this and as one piece, and it won't fall apart. It feels very stiff, and I totally trust it. So now, y'all, it's time for the fun part. It's time to decorate the frames and the glass panels, and there are, again, so many different things you can do here. Finally, I went with some floral bling wrap on the outside of the frames, and it was either that or use Mod Podge and glitter because I noticed the paint was chipping, and I needed some kind of bling that had really good coverage. So I cut and I glued the floral bling all the way around each frame And then I used some mosaic mirror tiles, and I bought these off of Amazon, so I'll be sure to put a link for you in the description box. So I cut the mosaic mirror tiles into single strips, and the strips aren't long enough to go from corner to corner, so I had to cut 4 to make an X. And these are adhesive, so I just peel and stick them where they go, and that was all for that. And then I wanted to add a little bit more texture or detail to it, so I hot glued a 2-inch craft mirror in the center. All right, now so it's time to hang it on the wall. So I made a hole on each side of the back of the cardboard. So that the cardboard won't tear or rip, I covered the hole with some duct tape, and then I made a tiny hole in the duct tape big enough I could run some thin wire, and that wire's from Dollar Tree in the hardware section, and I ran it through twice. And then I wrapped the excess wire around and around the handle of my hanger. And y'all, this will not come apart once you have it hung on the wall. It is very, very stiff, as you can see. It's super strong, and we're good. So now it's ready to hang on the wall. Hope you enjoyed this idea. It's very simple, but yet is so pretty. Also, before I go, I want to wish everyone a happy Easter and a safe weekend. I love you, and I'll see you again very soon in another DIY